Hi everyone, thank you for watching avivTarot. Today we are going to do a deck review and flip through of this Flower Magic Fern deck. It's a deck that I received from Tania directly. Okay, so she wants me to do a flip through and introduce to you guys her fantastic deck. Okay, so I already did the Chinese version, so I literally opened it from the package, and so it saved you guys a little bit of time. And it's been shipped from Canada, and I have a little short story about it. She actually sent it to me twice because the first time it got lost in the mail. I actually sent it to my company thinking that was a better idea because they actually have people there to accept my package instead of, sitting outside of my door. And recently there's a lot of like theft with packages and stuff, so I thought that was like a safer way. But no, the first package was lost. We didn't have the tracking number, so there was no way for us to track where the package went. And so she had to send it a second time, and this is the second deck that she sent me. I feel so bad. But it got to me, and here we are doing the deck review. That was a little like side story. So I think originally I was like, oh, maybe I feel a little bad, and I really like the deck because I saw on her website like the deck and stuff like that. And she was like, yeah, I'll send you another one. I was like, oh my goodness. Woohoo! So the only thing is, I noticed when I opened it from the package, like it got a little damaged from transportation. So which I will feedback to her about that. And I think it got see the box broke too a little bit right here. It's like cracked open. So I'll let her know that. Look how big this says, fragile, handle with care. And yeah, they still damaged it. So anyways, yeah, there's like a little damage right here spot. But this is a fantastic deck. It's nice and big, okay, with like gold foil. And it's the magnetic type of box, okay, and inside she has a little note for us, which says thank you and for saying yes to the call in connection with this deck. And she is, I think, originally from Ukraine, because it's like based off of it's like her interpretation of the tarot card from a Ukrainian perspective, I think. The maker of this deck, her name is Tania. I'm going to butcher the last name. It's Andrushko. I hope I'm pronouncing it right. I will leave in the comment section her Instagram handle, her website, so you can go onto her website to purchase this deck. It's a very beautiful deck. It's very nicely created. Okay. So here I'll show you because she actually put it right here. It says you can tag, put your favorite photo and tag it. And she has an Instagram right here, which is the Flower of the Magic Fern deck Instagram. Okay. And she will also do a random draw for a one-on-one reading. Isn't that awesome? She with the creator, which is her. And this is her website, which don't worry, I will also include it in the description box below, so you can purchase it directly from her as well. Okay. And it's TaniaAndrushko.com, Flower of the Magic Fern. Okay. And over here it says for Ukraine, a percentage of all sales will go support charities and volunteer organization in Ukraine. So you should support the deck so we can help each other, right? All right, so there's this book. The book is very important because it has her twist on the deck. All right, there's like her interpretation of each of the cards, and then in this book it says she divvied up into feelings, right? For example, 4 of water is feeling abounding in song, melodious flow arising from the heart. And then over here it says ask yourself. So a question you can ask yourself: how can I stop allowing my negative thoughts to influence decisions I make in my life? And then there's like the action that you can take. Feel the feelings as they come and do not deny them, even if they are not immediately serving you. And then the essence of the card: when we embody what is without any judgment and justification, we allow the flow of life to move through us and for us. And then down here, there's like a little notes section. So you can always put like what you feel about this card, things that you want to take, take down when you see this card. So there's a little notes section, which is very thoughtful too, I think. And then over here on this side, more interpretation of what the cards might mean and stuff like that. And it actually talks a little bit background about Ukraine. Things it's like related to Ukraine. Okay, so for this particular one, the text on the card is actually the anthem of Ukraine. So it's very interesting that she put that there, and you can read the information right here why it relates to Four of Water. Okay, so there's a lot of information in this book that it's definitely worth reading, because sometimes when I get, like, for example, like the generic tarot deck, which they come with a book as well, and I don't really necessarily read them because they're like the same things, right? But I would really recommend you gotta read this book. It has a lot of good information in there. So there's that, and then the deck is divvied up into two sides. So you have the string to pull it up. All right, and okay, so this deck is like this. So we're going to start off with the Two of Air, because that's just the way the deck was put together in the box. So we're going to do that, and then we'll do the flip through. First of all, the deck itself, if you can see it, it has the gold trim on the side, right? It's all the way around, so it's super pretty. Okay, she put a lot of thoughts into it. And then the deck itself, the cardstock is very good quality as well. It's not too flimsy, but it's not like super hard where you can't shuffle anymore, right? Because you want to be able to still, shuffle your card when you need to, so you can still shuffle it. I don't like to bend my card, if you can tell, so I'm not gonna bend it. And then let's see. The finish of the deck, it's usually, not usually, she uses like a semi-glossy kind of look. It's not very glossy. If there is gloss, it's very, very little gloss, just to have that reflective look a little bit. But I would say this is more like a matte feel. It's like more matted, okay? Because if you can see, like, when I put it down, it doesn't reflect the light as much, just a little bit, which is kind of nice, because when I put it in front of the camera, sometimes if you have like lights going on, if it's super glossy, it reflects. You can't even see what's on the deck. So this is the perfect amount, I would say. And the deck size, I have a very small hand, so the deck is almost the size of my hand. Okay, it's almost the size of my hand, if you can see. It's the size of, it's not the usual size of a tarot deck, okay? So, it's actually the size of the oracle decks. So if you get your oracle card, this is the size. I think it's the same size as the oracle cards, okay? But it's a tarot deck, all right? So it's a little big, but it's very pretty. So you can probably even use it as an oracle too. So we're going to start the flip through. The first one is Two of Air. Oh yeah, also what I've noticed is that she's using the elements, okay, instead of calling it the wands, the pentacles, or coins. A wand, what is it, swords, right, and the cups. So they call it by the element, which is air, earth, fire, and water, okay? So this is Two of Air, Two of Earth, Two of Fire, which is very, very different because the usual Two of Fire is a person holding two sticks, right? And this is like a group of people holding hands together, so it's kind of nice. And then Two of Water is also holding hands together, but also being tied together by this red ribbon, which is kind of interesting because in Chinese culture, when two people are together, we also say that they have this red string tying them together, but it's on their pinky, but this is on the wrist. So, all right, so we have Three of Air, okay, Three of Earth, Three of Fire, Three of Water. There's the Four of Air, and I think this is the Ukrainian flag. Four of Earth. I thought this symbol looks a lot like Uranus, doesn't it? Okay, Four of Fire, and then Four of Water, which is the sample that we read from the book. Five of Air, Five of Earth, Five of Fire, and Five of Water, which is also really interesting. I don't know if you notice, like usually the fives in the tarot decks are not like the best cards in the deck, because 5 represents change, a lot of conflicts and all that stuff. But in her deck, all of the 5s shows like the positive stuff of 5. Right, so you can probably go in and read what her interpretation of the 5 cards are, and so which is really nice. I think it's a deck full of positive energy so far, right? With all the other, even like the 2s, they're like Two of Swords, right? It's like a very warm scarf, so it's interesting. Over here is the Six of Earth. Okay, Six of Air, Six of Fire, Water, Seven of Air, Earth, Fire. Like Seven of Fire, Seven of Wands, traditionally it's like a person standing up against all these other people, but look how happy this one is. 2 people holding hand and jumping through fire together. There's somebody like companionship, right? Or even like it could be campfire, whatever you want to interpret it as, if you're more like an intuitive reader. But I feel like this deck is like a lot of positive energy, more like she's trying to give that off. And an 8 of Air usually is like this person being tied up and surrounded by swords, but over here it's like a black cat, which is showing you more of that intuitive sense of like the 8 of Swords, right? Like believe in yourself, the confidence. 8 of Earth, 8 of Fire, and 8 of Water. So all the 8th card is like a type of animal, right? 9 of Air, 9 of Earth, 9 of Fire, 9 of Water. So 10. All the 10s have this happy feel as well. Like usually the really horrible ones, like the 10 of Air, even this one has like a nice feel to it, right? This feels like Christmas. So if you like this kind of positive energy deck, I really would recommend this one. So Ace of Air, Ace of Earth. This deck kind of reminds me of another deck, which I actually did a flip through before as well. It's called the Good Tarot, I think, which is all like this positive energy card. This has a similar feel to it. So yeah, Ace of Fire, Ace of Water. All right, King of Air. And I'm thinking these are probably all like Ukrainian kings, maybe. Like past kings. All right, so these are the major arcana card. It's a little out of order too. I think that's because when I put it in the box, it wasn't in order. So here's a Fool, Magician, High Priestess, the Empress, and then this is the Wheel of Fortune, which she calls it the Fortune's Wheel, Justice. Oh, this is the Hangman deck, Emperor. We're back to number 4. And then Hierophant, Love, Chariot, Strength, the Hermit. This is Temperance. Okay. And then the next one is called the Witch. Okay. This is the Devil card, which she calls it the Witch. Interesting. So it's not the devil, it's the witch. Okay. The Tower card, Star. It's very pretty. The Moon and the Sun, which is also very interesting because the Moon is a guy in there, and then the Sun is actually a lady in there. Is that interesting? Like she flipped it. It's called the Call, but it's like the usual Judgment card. And then the World, Messenger of Air, of Earth. So all of the pages in her deck, it's called the page. It's called the Messenger. Okay. And then all of the page in her deck is actually, I would say it's actually the Knights, right? So this is like the Knight of Sword, the Knight of Pentacle, right? Page of Air, Knight of Fire, Knight of Wands, right? Page of Wands. And then here's the Page of Water, which I would say it's like the Knight of Cups. And then here's the Queen of Air, Queen of Earth. Has like a Shakespeare queen feel, right? And that's the last card in this deck. Very nice deck, and I will put all of the description box below where you can find more information about her and how to buy this deck. Okay, and this is called the Magic Fern, or Flower of the Magic Fern. It's a Ukrainian tarot, which is very, very different from what you see out there. And the creator, her name is Tania. Okay, it's a very nice positive energy card, and hope you enjoyed it. And if you have anything you would like to share with me, you can leave it in the comments section below. And don't forget to like, share, or subscribe to my channel and enjoy my video, and turn on that notification bell if you haven't already. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.